loud for Mr. Daniel Weingarten. Let him hear it.
So it's 2025. One of my goals this year is I'm trying to update my style, trying to get a new look, get new clothes. You know, I'm kind of approaching my fashion sense like a freshman in college approaches their sexuality. You know, exploring, experimenting, listening to Charlie XCX while I do it. Yeah. It was actually my therapist's idea. She was like, you know, I think you should get new clothes. I think it'll help your confidence because what you wear informs how you feel, which I think is very true. Because in the past I wore very bland, very lifeless clothing, so I kind of felt like, what's the point of life? But now I feel like a youth pastor who loves to paint. So, you know, who's ready to color for Christ? I think the reason I never really took risks when it came to clothes is I was always scared of the judgment, like people making fun of me. I think it goes back to when I was a kid and I had this Gap hoodie and I had this bully named David. And anytime I wore the Gap hoodie, David would always be like, "Oh, Gap, gay and proud." Which, like, looking back, pretty weak homophobia. Right? Like, okay, you think being gay is a bad thing and you think I'm gay, but you also think that I have the strength to overcome that adversity and be proud of it? Oh, fucking got me. Okay. I don't know, I'm in my head. With anything I put on, I just think about, like, how people can make fun of me. Like, even this, I put this on, I'm just like, oh, retired zookeeper. Steve Irwin on Craigslist. My homophobic bully David pops up. Oh, what's up, Ernest Hemingway? You know? I still face my insecurities, you know, in my life. Like with my dad, I recently got this new hat. It's like a trucker hat, and the hat says California. And we were visiting our family in Mexico, and my dad, he saw the hat, and he's like, I don't like that hat. And I was like, why? And he's like, because people are gonna think that you're a tourist. And I was like, okay, well, A, I technically am. I don't live here. But B, I don't think the hat is gonna be the reason that they think that. I think it's gonna be my general vibe. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think I had periods in my life where I definitely had more confidence. Like as a kid, I don't know. As a kid, you're just like, oh, I want to be this, and I'm gonna do this, and I don't care what people think. Like I had this phase when I was a kid where I really wanted to be a cowboy. I loved westerns, right? And I think that's one of the things I loved about visiting my family in Mexico, because the word in Spanish for gentleman is caballero. But as a kid, I always thought it meant cowboy. So I was just walking into rooms, walking into restaurants, and everyone would just be like, "Buenos días, caballero," and I'd be like, "Oh my God, gracias." It's my cowboy shimmy. It's more horse than cowboy, but you know, you get it. I was recently doing shows in Texas, actually, and I was out on a run, and I came across this Western wear store. Right, they sell like Western stuff, like cowboy boots, cowboy hats, guns, ammo, the illusion of freedom, and I wanted to go in there because I wanted to get a Western belt so I could blend in, you know, in case of a civil war. Which, by the way, is the most Los Angeles thought that I could have. Like, ooh, what's gonna save me in a civil war? Accessories. And so I go in there, and just to paint the picture, I'm out on a run, right? So I got running shoes on, I got that trucker hat that says California, I have a t-shirt that says the National Canoe Association, and I have 4-inch running shorts, just slutty shorts, thighs out, right? So when I walked in there, heads turned, you know? Like one guy was like, oh, I think this is one of these bisexuals I've been hearing about. And I was like, I don't know, you wanna find out? And the guy working there, real Sam Elliott looking dude, right? Cowboy hat, mustache, and he looks at me and he's like, can I help you? But he didn't say, can I help you, like, can I help you find something, right? He said, can I help you, as if I was a dementia patient who had escaped and was clearly in the wrong place. And I felt that energy, and I tried to counter that energy, right? But I kind of panicked, and I was just like, oh, no, howdy. Howdy? Fucking howdy? I'm dying day one of the Civil War. He's like, did you say howdy? I had to own it. I grabbed a cowboy hat, I put it on. I'm like, yeah, because I'm a goddamn caballero. One thing I'm trying to get from my arsenal, who am I, John Wick? No, fuck that, I'm trying to kill with these looks. I'm trying to get a new pair of overalls, you know, for all the welding that I do. Fuck you, don't laugh at that. That's crazy. You're like, welding? I think you mean buying persimmons at the farmer's market. You're right. Yeah, I wanted to get this pair of overalls, and a few weeks ago I was at a place that I do not belong. I was at an Ace Hardware, and like the helpful hardware people. And I walked in there and I saw a pair of overalls and I was like, ooh, maybe these are the ones. And then I proceeded to do something that somebody that does not belong at an Ace Hardware would do. I took those overalls. I went over to someone that worked there, a helpful hardware person. And I looked this dude dead in the eyes, and with complete sincerity, I was just like, hey man, quick question. Where are the dressing rooms? And the way this dude looked at me, you would have thought I asked him if I could fuck his wife. He was like, dude, we don't have dressing rooms here. And I was like, okay, well then how am I supposed to know if it looks good? And he's like, trust me, it won't. I wanted to prove him wrong. I got the overalls day one. Hey, what's up, Bob the Builder? Fuck! Yeah. So I'm in my head after that. I'm just like, dude, that wasn't helpful at all. He wasn't a helpful hardware person. Then I was like, hold on a second, wait a second. Helpful hardware people, hardware, hard to wear. Maybe he knew that I couldn't pull off those overalls because they're hard to wear, and he was actually trying to be helpful. And then at that point, my therapist was like, listen, Dano, maybe I was wrong about the clothes. Maybe we should just get you on medication. Less pants, more Prozac, you know?